Alright guys, we are back with the 2025 here. We got another video coming hot and ready for y'all. I've been asked for a brake video for a long time on 2020s and 2024s. This is going to be the same thing. It's the same suspension, same rotors, calipers, pads, all that. And we're actually going up to a GT500 Brembo, not the GT350. They are different, considerably different. Some people say minimal. I don't really know how to measure these, but
other than maybe just straight across.
Yeah, I mean you can see, like, I'm a pretty big boy. Yeah, we got a tape measure here. Andrew's gonna hand this tape measure. It's straight across. It's like 16 3/4, guys. That's massive. And then you see the actual Brembo here. It looks fake. I have a size 13 foot. Maybe these are 12. I forget. Depends on the brand of shoe, right? But still, I mean, you look at these. That's a good 16-inch brake right there by 8 inches, 7.5, something like that. It's a massive Brembo, guys. So what we're gonna do, and obviously they do not clear the factory wheels. So we have these beautiful velgen wheels here in the brushed bronze, which is just amazing. Oh no, sorry, this isn't the brushed. This is just the bronze. Beautiful. These are the VF9s from Velgen. So absolutely beautiful, guys. And we are hoping that these clear. If not, we do have little spacers. We have about a 3mm spacer because we think that the Brembos are so big they might rub. So what we're going to do is we're going to dry fit one first. So before we disconnect the brake line and whatnot, we're going to just move the old caliper out, put the old rotor off, put the new one on, halfway mount one of those big boys, mount the wheel up, and see if we have clearance. If not, we're going to have to get bigger spacers, but we're going to give it a go. I'm hoping we don't send the Explorer into maintenance mode. I don't think we will, but I'm pretty sure you only send the Explorer into maintenance mode when you touch the rear parking brake. So we're going to see. We're just going to jack it up in the middle again like we did last time, right from the middle of the subframe. We're going to put 2 jack stands on each side, pop the wheels off, and see. We got our 21mm here for our lug nuts. Just going to zip these up. We also got a 3-year-old running around. Sorry, 4-year-old running around. Not 3-year-old. Again, so I want to do this without disconnecting the actual brakes. I'm going to just wiggle that out of there to give us a little bit more room. Not for the sockets. All right, so these are at 17. You're going to have 2 of them. Just going to go ahead and zip those off. And one down here. That gets your caliper off.
Do you have something to hang that caliper?
I don't.
Hold the weight of it?
Zip ties.
Zip ties, yeah. Andrew's got zip ties.
Before we, take this off, and
No big deal.
it'd be a nice cast iron.
What's up, dude? I'm just gonna hang that way back here on sway bar. Again, we're just dry fitting this. We're just gonna let it hang back there. We're gonna go ahead and take out the pads. I have a nice little flathead here. We're just going to pop it. I'll keep that one on that side and this one on this side in case we got to put them back on. And looking back here, it's probably going to be a 19. I think. Oh, 18. I lied. So 17 for the outer ones or inner ones, and 18 for the big ones. Stupid battery, guys. Milwaukee, sponsor me and send me some new batteries.
The big ones?
The big ones. Oh, red Loctite. Even better than
Look,
blue.
it's got a red Loctite on it. So rotor off.
Rotor is off.
All right. And now time.
I'm gonna put this over here in case we gotta put that back on.
Well, let's see.
Now-
Let's see this rotor next to the new rotor.
Yeah. Let me get the. Lift with your back.
In
Jerking,
a
twisting motion.
jerking, twisting motion.
Yeah.
So look at the size of that dinner plate.
Lay that Explorer rotor on top there.
Jeez.
So it goes from 14 1/4 to 16 3/4. Over 2 inches wider. That's pretty. 2.5 inches wider.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Sorry, just gotta be trimmed just a little bit up here, a little bit down here. All right, safety glasses.
Safety third.
This guy's got the safety glasses too. Make sure you squint. It's a little loud over here, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery. And this is gonna keep it from going into maintenance mode. And to undo the negative over here, the 10 mil. Loosen it up. We should be able to snake that off there.
And what the computer won't know won't hurt it.
Exactly. Remember guys, that's gonna be hot, don't touch them. I think we're good. Let's mount this bad boy in clearance now.
Alright, let me turn off the compressor.
Alright. We can hear now.
You can hear your show, buddy. You're good.
And I'm not gonna tighten these down because we're just test fitting for right now. And if they fit, then we'll go through and tighten everything else up.
Yeah, go get the red Loctite. Yeah.
I don't see an LH on it, but I see a VH. And oh, right here, I found it. Yeah,
Is it LH?
LH. Yep.
Alright, let's see how that bad boy spins for. We do have to bend the
Yeah.
shroud back a little bit.
Just a tad bit. I'm just getting a flathead behind here and kind of
Your pry bar.
going with it. Oh, no, I got this long. This long flathead. Okay, we got clearance.
Ah, much better.
We have this small 3 millimeter spacer, and that should help clear the actual wheels. We use the GT500.
So now we got the caliper going on.
Very carefully. It's already got the brakes, the pads in it.
Do you want me to hold it while you're...
I think I got it. And then
This thing is massive.
it is. Okay, we got this one getting started. It looks, you know what size that is? A T45, T50?
I'm not sure.
A T60?
T60's gonna run this fastener down.
Yep. And we're just gonna do it by hand, make sure everything's going in nice and smooth. Something also really important to note is when you're working on a Brembo caliper, you're gonna have two bleed ports. One for this bank and one for this bank on here, inside and out. A lot of people only see this one and bleed one side of the caliper, but then technically you're only using 3 of these pistons instead of all 6.
I know someone who did that.
Hey, the camera guy?
Will would, by the way, guys, have 4 bleed ports.
After I told him repeatedly, he needs to do it. Nah,
man. They thought of everything.
All right. We got that good and tight on there, guys.
The moment of truth.
Careful, SpongeBob.
Careful, SpongeBob.
Just really careful not to hit this fucking Brembo.
Ooh.
You're hitting.
Are we?
Yeah.
Where are we hitting?
I don't want to turn it because it'll scrape that caliper. It's hitting for sure.
Okay, time to go get more. Alright,
Yep.
we gotta go get some wheel spacers.
AutoZone.
Hey, but let's take a minute to look at that. That fucking setup looks nice. I do have to tell Scott from Velgen because he told me you won't need a spacer. So it's gonna be useful information to tell him to let him know, hey, GT350s, you don't need a spacer. The GT500s, you're gonna need a spacer, guys. What was it, an 8mm?
8.
Yeah, 'cause we have,
3 millimeters.
3
Let's
millimeter.
Double it up and see if we have clearance.
so we're
We
gonna
know
double
what
it.
size to go by.
Again, we're not leaving it like this, guys. This is for testing purposes. I don't want to hear the keyboard words. I'm sure I still will. Yeah, that clears.
What about length of studs?
Yeah.
Because you can only go so far out. But it does appear that we are.
Let me get 2 studs and just kind of like hand tighten this down on here. Make sure we got that wheel sitting on there flat. Hard fit, man. I love it.
It's so nice and tight.
So that
With
is
6 millimeter.
Yep. A 6mm spacer.
6 mil spacer.
Yep.
So we're gonna go get.
Where's the?
So there is fluid that comes in these calipers.
Yeah. I need to wipe it off this paint ASAP. Fucking bolt right onto that.
We're trying to take off the brake line so that we can put it on the new GT500 caliper.
Yep. Does not fit.
It does not fit?
No. Hang on.
The bolt doesn't fit, I guess?
Yeah. Hang on. I was hoping to not lose this much brake fluid, but okay, that one's already gotten off there. Does it? Yeah, it does. You just use the bolt from the GT500.
Do you, what?
You just use the bolt from the GT500. Oh no, that doesn't. What the fuck are
I thought you were using the bolt from the Explorer.
Nope. Doesn't fit though. Doesn't fit.
So,
Hang on, Bubba. In that tab. Let's see if I can get that to come down. There we go. So you got a wrench though? You got a 13 wrench? Nice you didn't bring your socket.
No.
So what I have going on here is we took off the GT500 brake line. We cannot use the GT500 brake line, it's not long enough. So we use the Explorer brake line. However, this is the banjo bolt for the Explorer OEM brake line. It does not fit into the GT500 brake line. So all I did was, caliper. All I did was take the GT500 banjo bolt, put in through the Explorer brake line, and then you'll see if you look in here, there's a little tab here which I had to bend with a flathead, and it's just kind of like a locator tab or maybe something to keep it from spinning. I had to bend that out to get that to clear and sandwich. Now make sure you still have your 2 washers in between everything.
Those copper washers help seal things up.
The copper washers help seal. We got that on there good and tight. We're going to wipe up any kind of brake because we don't want that to sit on there long because it will strip paint. And we're just going to make sure that that is tight. Thread it in really nice and easy. Lost a little bit more fluid than I wanted to, but that's just because we didn't know if that bolt would fit or not.
Not a lot of people are posting the information online.
No. Nobody's posting.
But that's why we're here.
There's a couple guys that say they've done it, but again, zero information besides pictures. Who's the guy helping you that's about the caliper size or the spacers? Okay, so shout out to Pat Rott for telling us about that because we did try the 3 mil spacers. He was right. You need a 5/16 spacers to clear that thing. We tried it though. We sure tried it.
Yeah.
But now we got the proper spacers. We just went up to O'Reilly's, picked up some. We're gonna wipe up all this brake fluid that's down here on the ground. There you go, right there. You can see that little tab right here that I had to bend out just to get it to clear it. But everything fits. Looks great. All right, quick Google search. We determined it's 130 foot-pound for the 218 on the back, and then also these two. So we're just gonna send it. We got our torque wrench set to 130 foot. I might have to get me some more leverage here. 130 isn't, no. Whew. That's no bitch made stuff right there.
You got this.
Let me try to get some more leverage pulling towards me versus pulling up. Whew. All right. So now,
That was heavy duty.
pretty tight. T60,
Oh, you forgot the red Loctite.
the red light tight.
I heard that click and I was just thinking, oh, I was like, for a split moment, thought it was snapping.
The bolt snap.
No, the bit.
Oh. I'm like right there on the edge. I can feel it. All right, 130 foot-pound on both of those.
It's no
This is
joke.
our old spacer. But we're gonna leave this all open anyway because we gotta bleed it. All right, guys. As you see, we got this beautiful, humongous caliper on here and rotor. These things are absolutely massive. I want to say the smallest wheel you can go on is a 22. You might be able to clear a 21, but again,
Tire selection.
You will not fit the stock 21s on there without a massive spacer. And yeah, tire selection is also really slim for the 21. So going up to 22 is just an all-around better idea. 21 would be a really tight fit, I believe. I don't even know. I don't want to try it because I don't want to scratch these calipers. These calipers are beautiful. But we're just going to jump to the other side, do the exact same thing, and then we'll come back when we're doing the bleeding sequence so we can show y'all how to bleed these bad boys. Got this fancy bottle here. This bottle is basically just a bleeder. So again, you have the inside and the outside nipples on the Brimbos. Again, it's for both different banks. You can't just bleed one side and be good. Ryan found out the hard way. I mean, it'll work. It just won't work that great. It won't be the big breaks that you want. There is super fancy tools for this where you can like set it up to an air compressor and just have it suck the air out. and whatnot. But you can go to like Harbor Freight, $20, $25, get a little hand pump too. If you're by yourself, that works. Having an extra set of hands and somebody in the car to pump as you bleed is probably the easiest thing. It's what I grew up learning. I'm sure a majority of people grew up learning, especially when your dad's yelling at you to hold the brake better for him. So we're just gonna jump right into it. You can probably just go ahead and get in there, film in there.
All right, pump. Okay, pump, 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 hold. Pump, 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 hold.
Open. Close, hold it. I'm gonna move to the other side.
I just have to kind of get it, change it up. But yeah, right now the pedal's getting stiff. Pump, pump, hold.
All right. Open. Close. All right, I'm gonna move to the other one. You can go ahead and pump it. We're gonna drain all that fluid out here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here.
Hold.
All right, and we're gonna go ahead and open it. Oops. Open it. You'll see fluid. Close.
Pump. 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 Hold.
Open. Let me know when it hits the floor.
It hit the floor.
All right, close. One more time.
Pump. 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 Hold.
Open.
Hit the floor.
All right, close. Go ahead and pump it back up. That should be it.
Okay, let me get it pumped up. But yeah, it's feeling firm.
Nice and stiff. Again, guys, we're bleeding from both this side and that side here because, again, you got separate banks. They do connect in a way, but it's always
Where do
smart.
they connect? Show us at the bottom.
Right down here, you got this hole, but a lot of times you can end up getting air bubbles all the way up here, so that's exactly why there's two bleeders on the Brimbos. Some people say it's useless. I've always found it better to just go ahead and bleed both because you'll end up with an air pocket in one of the banks. So, yeah, I think we're all good to go. We're going to throw these wheels on, and we're going to send her down the road. All right, as y'all can see, first 2025 on GT500 brakes. No leaks, brakes are holding. We did disconnect the battery, and that saves it from going into maintenance mode at all. Really, again, I don't think it will go into maintenance mode until you hit that electronic parking brake in the rear. So that's cool. So you don't need force cam for this or anything. You just disconnect the battery, and you get after it and swap like any other brakes. Make sure you bleed them properly, and you'll be golden. This thing, we did again have to use for the GT500 a small spacer, 5/16 spacer, to clear these Belgian wheels. But you can tell that this looks beautiful. This is the gloss bronze on the VF9s. And just wait until we lower these things. We've got some E-box springs. Yeah, we are wrapped in Nitto 420Bs. These are actually the same tires that I have on my 20x10s from TSWs. It's a really good street tire, and also they do handle pretty well to track for what they are. Good tread wear and whatnot, so that's also a big plus there. Looking sexy. He did get some clear bras put on the car earlier today, PPF, and then it's getting buffed and polished as it goes on. Yeah. Check out these bad boys. Thicker than your mom. There we go, guys. Hope y'all like it, and as always, love y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, and until the next one.